Hello and welcome to another update video about XRP. I would like to start on the XRP long-term chart again, just to get everybody on the same page, get everybody informed about the overall pattern. I want to talk about the short-term bullish one, or let's say not short-term, but the overall bullish and overall bearish perspective here. Both, however, I would say overall have a similar probability, very balanced probabilities on the long-term chart. Nevertheless, we've seen a bounce from our support area. It doesn't really matter which scenario we're tracking because both are in the short term aligned. Let me explain. Let's talk about the one that we actually have listed here or highlighted on the chart. This is an overall still bullish scenario on the long-term chart, but it means that we might not see new all-time highs this bull run. We have another chance after the next bear market when this wave 2 has formed a low. The structure would suggest that we have seen a wave 1 to the upside. We can call that a wave 1 complete. Questionable wave 1, but possible. In January 2018, where the price topped around, I think, just below $3. Then we have seen an ABC structure, an A wave down into the bear market of 2020. The B wave is unfolding right now, and it is a triangle. And then we get a C wave down to complete a wave 2. Important to realize that a wave 2 cannot be a triangle. So if it's a triangle in this wave 2, it has to be the B wave. So the B wave would unfold as an A wave, a B wave, a C wave. That's what we're working on right now. A D wave and an E wave. This is what I would be tracking in this scenario, short-term bearish. A break above $2.06 would invalidate this pattern and would lead to further upside more directly. And then we will have to follow the yellow count. What's the yellow count? Yellow count allows for an upside breakout of the triangle more directly. In the yellow count, a third wave topped here, not a wave 1. It just has to do with the ambiguity here in the beginning that both counts are possible. Wave 4s can be triangles. The wave 4 would then end here, and we would break out to the upside. And the wave count would be, and I will show you now the micro count for the wave 4. I think I never did that before, but we can put it on the chart. And it would also be an ABCDE structure, but we count it differently. From the top in 2018, we have an A wave down, a B wave up, all part of the triangle already. C wave down. This is now a D wave move up, and then we get an E wave move down. And this would complete the triangle, and then we go up. See, it's a different structure. But short term, they are aligned, because whether we call this the C wave of a triangle or a D wave, it's the same microstructure. So in all of these scenarios, we're watching for a WXY, and ideally we wanted to see a reaction to the support region, which is happening. And now there are certain levels on the microstructure that need to hold to keep this assumption alive. Quickly, before we dive into the microstructure, it's important to realize that whether it's the yellow D wave or the white C wave, the microstructure is a WXY. That's at least what I go with right now. Yeah, it could be an ABC, but then it would also push us higher. But my view is that we are moving up here now in an ABC structure. So that's why I'm tracking ABCs. If we now go to the smaller time frame chart, we see that we are probably still working on the A wave. The A wave might have topped here on the 17th of July. The tricky part is, and this is obviously the 1 hour chart, that A waves can be 3 wave movements, then it would have topped already, or 5 wave movements. I highlighted to you, as long as we're holding the green trend line, we could follow just the immediate trend up higher. Trend line is still holding. Is it a very reliable trend line? Well, at least we have 3-4 touch points here. So I think yes, it's at least relevant. And yeah, I mean, I'm watching for one more high as long as we're holding the trend line. It's quite simple. But I can tell you that the move up from the low that formed on the 19th of July here at around 54 cents. I mean, that's a big of a, it's a big mess. It's a big mess. It's corrective overlapping. There's no, I don't know what it is. It could just be, and it would look good as a B wave. yeah, with the C wave down. So if we break below the trend line, I would suggest this is the C wave down. And then we already topped in wave A in 3 waves. It's difficult to say. I mean, for now, the key support here is 42.6 cents. So if we follow that pathway I just showed you on the larger time frame, we should not break below 42.6 cents anymore. We just shouldn't. Yeah? We can test one of these levels. You know, if we break below the trend line, next support is 53.4 cents, then 50.6, 49.3. These are just support levels along the way, 46.4 and 42.6. But if we break below 42.6, new lows should be in the works. For now, I would focus on higher in the short term to see if we can fill in the 5th wave. If not, it wouldn't be a surprise. I told you that XRP likes to avoid 5-wave movements. So I would not be surprised that we're already in the B wave, but then there's a chance from one of these support levels to start again the next move up. There would then be a C wave because the A wave topped in 3 waves, B wave pullback as an A, B, C structure itself before we go higher. So yeah, I think support levels should be clear. Next resistances, I take the red box out. It feels like, you know, it's a bit, I don't know. I think what is really important is just the next key upside levels. If we push higher, targets for wave 5, 65.8 cents, 70 and 74.1 cents. So overall, I don't think we're in the C wave yet to the upside. I think we are either in wave 5 of A or the A wave topped already. We should get clarity soon, because if we break below the trend line and test support again, I would consider this the B wave and a setup for a C wave rally. But it would be a clearer setup if the A wave could form 5 waves up, because whenever we get 5 waves up, we have a landmark on the chart, like a lighthouse as well, like just something for orientation, right? That's important. If we don't have 5 waves, it's not that clear. Doesn't mean it's bearish, but it's just not clearly bullish. So that's why we are watching for 5 waves. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.